Welcome back to Historical Odyssey, where history comes alive. Picture the grand, wind-swept steppes of Central Asia during the 12th and 13th centuries. Endless miles of untamed wilderness, a place where survival was an everyday challenge. Here is where the Mongol Empire was born, a kingdom defined by its itinerant tribes, living in harmony with the seasonal rhythms and the migrations of their herds. Tribal alliances in this world were as fluid as the rivers crossing the steppe. Loyalties were as shifting as the sands, and conflict was a constant visitor. Life was a delicate balance of cooperation and competition, with each tribe battling for resources and prestige. Strength, resilience, and cunning were prized in a society where a man's value was gauged by his horse-riding skills and his bravery in battle. This was the world that molded a boy, Temujin. Born into the harsh realities of the steppe, he would traverse the stormy seas of tribal politics, withstand personal losses, and face innumerable obstacles. Yet these trials did not defeat him. Instead, they shaped him into a leader with an unrivaled vision and resolve. From this terrain of ceaseless conflict, a unifying force would arise. Amid the chaos of tribal warfare, the foundation of an empire was being laid. The fragmented tribes of the Mongol steppes, once entangled in continuous conflict, would unite under one flag. In this harsh landscape, filled with fierce rivalries and relentless survival battles, a legend was being sculpted. A legend that would reverberate through the pages of history, forever altering the world. This legend was not the offspring of divine prophecy or royal lineage, but of sheer determination, strategic genius. From the flames of tribal battles and the crucible of personal adversity, a conqueror would ascend. A conqueror whose name would instill terror in his foes and evoke loyalty among his followers. A conqueror who would redraw the world map and leave an unerasable mark on history. In this hostile world, a legend would rise, Genghis Khan. Before we journey further into the life of Temujin, we'd like to take a moment to explore the steppes with you. What do you think life was like in the harsh environment of the Mongolian steppe? Can you imagine the challenges and the daily struggles faced by the tribes? As you journey with us through this historical narrative, we invite you to engage with us. If you're enjoying this content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more historical explorations. We'd also love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What do you find most fascinating about the Mongol Empire, or what do you want us to cover next? Your support helps us create more in-depth content like this, bringing the pages of history to life. Thank you for being a part of this journey through time. Born as Temujin, the future Genghis Khan knew hardship from a young age. His life was a crucible of struggle and survival set in the harsh landscape of the Central Asian steppes. When Temujin was just 9 years old, his father Yasuge, a tribal chieftain, was poisoned by a rival tribe. This tragic event thrust young Temujin into a world of tribal politics and conflict, much sooner than any child should have to face. Left to fend for himself and his family in the unforgiving steppe, Temujin's life took another dramatic turn when he was captured by a rival tribe, the Taichiuts. He was held in captivity, subjected to harsh conditions, and even wore a kang, a heavy wooden collar used to restrain and humiliate prisoners. But the spirit that would later define Genghis Khan was already evident in young Temujin. He made a daring escape, evading his captors and returning to his family. But Temujin's trials were far from over. He faced a constant struggle for survival, battling the elements, starvation, and the ever-present threat of rival tribes. Yet in these desperate times, Temujin showcased an uncanny ability to turn adversity into opportunity. He began to forge alliances, uniting disparate tribes under his leadership. One such alliance was with Jamuka, a childhood friend who would later become one of his fiercest rivals. These alliances were not just strategic but also deeply personal. Temujin married his wife, Borte, at a young age, and their relationship was a source of profound strength and stability for him. Despite being kidnapped by a rival tribe, Borte remained a steadfast partner to Temujin, providing emotional support and strategic counsel throughout their lives together. In the crucible of the steppes, amidst the relentless struggle for survival, a leader was being shaped. The boy, Temujin, was transforming into the man who would become Genghis Khan. Through trials and tribulations, he was cultivating the resilience, strategic brilliance, and indomitable spirit that would help him conquer an empire. These early trials forged Temujin into a resilient warrior, setting the stage for his rise to power. From adversity, Genghis Khan emerged with a vision to unify the Mongol tribes. A vision born from a life of struggle and strife, Genghis Khan, known then as Temujin, rose to power through sheer tenacity and strategic brilliance. Genghis Khan's rise was not a stroke of luck, but a calculated series of alliances, marriages, and military campaigns. He began by uniting the tribes under a single banner, a monumental task that required both diplomatic finesse and a show of force. He implemented a code of laws known as Yasa to maintain order and unity among the diverse tribes. His leadership style was both ruthless and pragmatic. Loyalty was rewarded, regardless of tribal affiliation, breaking the cycle of tribal feuds. This approach allowed Genghis Khan to consolidate his power and forge a unified Mongol nation. And so, with a vision that transcended tribal lines and an iron will, Genghis Khan united the Mongol tribes. With the Mongol tribes united, a new era of conquest began. Under Genghis Khan's leadership, the Mongol Empire expanded at an unprecedented rate. This wasn't just a matter of territorial aggression. No, it was a testament to Genghis Khan's strategic brilliance and an unyielding ambition to unite the world under one banner. The Mongol expansion began in earnest in the early 13th century. Genghis Khan launched a series of campaigns against the Western Xia and Jin dynasties of northern China. These were not mere skirmishes but meticulously planned operations. Genghis Khan's strategic acumen was on full display, as he used diversionary tactics, feigned retreats, and psychological warfare to destabilize his opponents. But the Mongol Empire didn't stop at the borders of China. Genghis Khan turned his gaze westward to the vast plains of Central Asia. The Khwarezmian Empire, a formidable power in its own right, stood in his path, yet even they could not withstand the Mongol onslaught. The empire fell in just 2 years, a testament to the relentless drive of the Mongol forces. From there, the Mongols moved into Eastern Europe, sweeping through Russia and the Baltic states. Cities fell like dominoes, and the Mongol Empire's borders stretched from the Pacific Ocean to the gates of Europe. It was an expansion fueled by Genghis Khan's belief in his divine mandate to rule the world. Yet it wasn't just about conquest. Genghis Khan made sure to consolidate his gains. He established a sophisticated administrative system, promoting meritocracy and ensuring efficient governance. This helped to stabilize the vast territories he had conquered, making the Mongol Empire not just large, but enduring. The Mongol expansion was a remarkable feat of military strategy, logistics, and sheer willpower. It was a testament to Genghis Khan's leadership and the tenacity of his people. In just a few decades, they transformed the Mongol Empire from a confederation of nomadic tribes into a world power. Genghis Khan's relentless campaigns made the Mongol Empire the largest contiguous land empire in history. His story is a testament to the power of ambition, the art of strategy, and the enduring impact of a single unifying vision. Genghis Khan's military tactics were revolutionary, reflecting his adaptability and strategic genius. This Mongolian conqueror didn't just wage wars, he transformed them into an art form. His leadership style was built on trust, loyalty, and meritocracy, valuing the capabilities of his warriors over their social status. Genghis Khan was a master in psychological warfare, often using decoy tactics and exploiting his enemies' fear, a strategy that frequently led to their defeat even before the battle had begun. His armies were meticulously organized, flexible, and could adapt swiftly to the changing tides of battle. Perhaps one of the most notable aspects of his military genius was his ability to learn from his enemies. He absorbed the best practices of his adversaries, incorporating their strategies, technologies, and even their warriors into his own forces. His tactics and leadership not only brought victories, but also cemented his legacy as a military genius. Genghis Khan's reign left a lasting impact that stretches beyond the battlefield. His influence, and that of the Mongol Empire, can be traced in areas ranging from culture and economics to diplomacy and trade. As a conqueror, Genghis Khan's approach was not only to defeat, but to integrate. He adopted and adapted the best of each culture he encountered, weaving a rich tapestry that transcended borders. This cultural exchange led to a proliferation of ideas, art, and knowledge throughout the empire. In fact, the Mongol Empire became a melting pot of cultures, fostering an environment of multiculturalism and intellectual growth. In terms of economics, the Mongols ushered in an era of unprecedented trade and prosperity. The Silk Road, an ancient trade route connecting the East and West, benefited immensely from the stability provided by the Mongol Empire. This facilitated the flow of goods, ideas, and innovations between different regions, spurring economic growth and fostering intercultural exchange. Genghis Khan's diplomatic strategies were equally innovative. He introduced a unique system of law known as yasa, which promoted justice and order throughout his vast empire. His policy of religious tolerance allowed diverse religions to flourish, creating a sense of unity amid diversity. Moreover, Genghis Khan's innovative use of postal relay stations, known as the yam, laid the groundwork for modern communication systems. This efficient network enabled quick transmission of messages across the empire, enhancing administrative efficiency and military readiness. The legacy of Genghis Khan and the Mongol Empire is also evident in the genetic makeup of populations across Asia and Europe. Recent studies suggest that Genghis Khan's descendants number in the millions today, a testament to the Mongols' vast reach and influence. Genghis Khan, a name etched in history, continues to echo across the centuries. His reign, though marked by brutality and conquest, also sowed the seeds of cultural exchange, economic prosperity, and diplomatic innovation. The echoes of his influence still resonate in the world today, underscoring the lasting impact of this formidable leader and his empire.